Good morning, guys. This is Darryl with Leeds Lawn Care Services. Good morning to you. It's about 7:03 a.m. I guess I'm a little late because I'm usually out about like 6:30, 6:40, something like that. So I'm a little behind today. How you guys doing today? Wanted to make a quick video. I did a video yesterday, but I figured I'd just combine them today. What I wanted to talk to you guys about, be careful today. If you're working down in the southern area today, man, they got a heat advisory here, 100 plus. So, man, please be careful, man. Talked to one of my fellow lawn service guys, and he said that a lot of people are getting out of the business because of the month and a half of rain that we had, and guys couldn't quite work like they wanted to work. He said guys got out of the business. I got so much business. I've been giving so much stuff away. It's crazy, And the lady that gave us that bad lot that we cut, she got 5 more properties she want me to go look at tomorrow. I got to meet with them for 10 o'clock. So usually tomorrow I have my gas station. I got to knock out my gas station, and then I'll go meet with them. I usually do the gas station like early in the morning. And man, it's just works everywhere. There's money to be made, but you have to be willing to go out there and do it. A lot of people are not. Unfortunately, they're not go-getters. We're go-getters. And then the guys that are getting it is full. We are full. And there's guys that's looking for work that can't find work, but the guys that are established is getting most of the work. So that's kind of a crazy thing. But I think what it is, people trust the people that's been coming in these areas for years, and they trust us more than they trust somebody else just coming in and putting flyers out, and they don't actually know who that person is. I've never seen that person because they're looking at it as if hey, they don't want that person around their property, and something happens, they don't know who that person is, they don't see that person, so they don't trust them, that type of thing. So my thing is, if you can help somebody, get some business, help them out, let them, let them eat, let them eat a little bit. There's plenty to go around. A guy told me years ago, he said, you can get this whole subdivision if you want, because there was one guy, that guy had about, the subdivision was just a big circle, and he must have had about 35 yards in that area, and he was cutting them all at one time. And the way he had it set up, I never seen this before again since he had this operation set up. He had 2 guys on riders, 2 guys on weed eaters, and the truck behind them had 2 guys with the blowers. And these guys was knocking yards out in a matter of seconds. We usually used to say minutes. I'm telling you, seconds. And the quality of the work was horrible, but they was doing so many of them at one time. It was crazy. And I only had, at the time in that subdivision, I think I had 2 yards back there. And the reason why I had the 2 yards, because one, this lady was the lady that I had, she was a bad payer. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. When in the beginning, you take what you can get, and she was a very bad payer. So they didn't have her. And the other lady was an old lady that just didn't like their service. She had them, and she got rid of them because she didn't like the way they did things, and they just kind of tore up the yards, and the equipment they was using was so heavy, it was sinking the yards. So she got rid of them, and she got me because I was cutting across the street to the lady that was a bad payer, and that's kind of what I did. And then I wound up getting one of my number 1 customers, which was right down the street from her. So go figure that. And the guy is still with me. That old lady, she moved to I think it was a condo. So that was the end of that with her. And then she sold the property, and actually she sold it to the guy, one of my number one customers. and he took and remodeled the place, and he flipped it, and he made some money off of it. So that was kind of a unique situation. And I still got that guy. That guy's moved to I think 2 houses. He's took me with him to both houses, so I'm still cutting for him. And each neighborhood I go in, when I'm cutting for him, there's people in that neighborhood that see my work and they ask me to cut them. So, it's just, you get more business that way. And I have his wife's uncle. That's the $85 yard that we cut. And then I had the auntie. I had the auntie from him as well, but the auntie got sick and had to go into a nursing home, and they sold their house. And so what happened, when they sold their house, that's when they got me the uncle, and he's like 80 something years old himself, and I'm cutting his property. So it's just crazy, man. It's like, I've been around that family for, I would say about, I think I got a list back there where I have a customer. I got a customer tenure sheet, which tell me how long I had the customers. I think I've had that guy for about 12 years. That's just, that just goes to show you how long, customers stay with me. So it's like, they're no longer customers, they're like family. That's what it's like. So I have that. And man, things are still going great. I cut him yesterday. I cut him every week. Even when it gets to the cold season, it's every 2 weeks. I still cut him. No, whether the grass grow or not. That's, you can't ask for no better than that. So, it's just an awesome relationship. I have that relationship with, of course, with my commercial stuff. That's all year round. They don't care if it's cold, raining, whatever. They just want to cut. They don't care if it's been cut. They want to cut again. They don't care. They just pay all year round, and I don't have no issues with it. So, they keep the lights on. When it's when you run to that January, February, where it's really, really slow. They keep the lights on, man. Then March, it's full blast. We go in guns blazing again, that type of thing. But yeah, guys, man, just be careful today. The heat advisory is something real. And like I said, one of my fellow guys, he said people are getting out of the business. They got out of it because of the inconsistencies and that month and a half of just rain where they couldn't really do anything. I mean, I was able to wiggle through it and find some ways, because what I do in a situation like that, you start doing eyeball stuff. I had some lots that I cut, and I got some properties where people don't live where I cut. They don't live there, they just want the property maintained. So I got away with that, during that time. So that's another thing. It's like you have to, if you can, you have to have a route where you can kind of get away with some stuff. If it's raining or not, and you're dealing with a lot, you still can cut the lot and still get paid, And I understand there's only so many of them that you could do. But what I was doing was, if it was raining or whatnot, I'd go food a lot or something like that. And then when it stopped raining, I'd find a couple customers that I could cut, and there was a couple properties that I have on my sheet where people don't even live there, but they just want the place maintained. So I go cut that, send the pictures up, and still get paid. So I kept a income coming in, during those times. It wasn't the greatest income coming in, but it was money coming in, better than no money coming in at all. So, and that's what I taught my son that. I'm like, sometimes when you get these times like, and that comes from straight up experience. You got to know, what you could do, what you can't do, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. You got to know how to maneuver around this business. I've been in this business for so long. I've learned so many tricks, and I'm still learning, because there's still things that you could do to be effective that I haven't learned yet, but I learned a lot, and I know how to get around certain situations, and I know how to survive, because I've been out here long enough to know how to survive, and that's what it comes down to, and at the end of the day, is knowing how to make it, even when it looks like that you're not going to make it, but knowing how to make it, how to manage, So guys, that's just the moral of the story today. Hey, Stay hydrated today. Know how to manage your time and your accounts. Understand what you have and what you can do and what you can't do. All right, guys. You take care. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.